Alright everyone, today's video is about the Rose Quartz, Huda Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. As promised, I am doing swatches for you guys really quickly so that you guys can decide if you want this palette or not. This is the outer packaging. This is what the palette looks like. I will swatch these right now for you guys, and then we'll do a quick comparison with the other two palettes, the New Nudes and the Mercury Retrograde. Alright guys, so after swatching the Rose Quartz palette, I wondered if, because when you look at these three palettes together, they have a very similar vibe going, except for these bright shades here. Everything else is pretty similar. However, there aren't many dupes between these, like exact dupes, no. There are some shades that might be a little bit similar, but there is definitely a difference between all of these. I was thinking that maybe some of these shades will be similar, like this one, and maybe, I don't know, one of these two. They're quite different, to be honest. They're not the exact same shades. The shimmers also, I didn't find much similarities. I will tell you that these are just pressed shimmers, So these two palettes do not have these, and I don't really care for these either. You would need a glitter glue. This is the New Nudes palette. This one, the Mercury Retrograde, is more colorful than the other two palettes. And quite honestly, this Love Stone, this gel-like, balm-like eyeshadow that she has, she had this in the Naughty Nudes palette too, if you guys remember. The one in the Naughty Nudes one actually has like a pinky hue, but when I swatched this, like you guys saw, doesn't really have much color to it. It's more like a gloss, like an actual gloss. Now, I've heard people going after this shade that it looks like a petri dish, it looks weird, why does she have it in there and stuff. Here's just my thought on it. Just bear with me. I have seen plenty of other brands release eyeglosses. I haven't seen people be that critical towards eyeglasses, eyegloss and face gloss. Maybe Huda likes it. Maybe it's something that she prefers, so she's included it in the palette before and now too. And granted, this is gloss and everybody will not be able to use it, but gloss, eyegloss, face gloss is used on runway projects for modeling, and I've seen people use this. If you don't like it, don't use it. To me, it doesn't really look like a petri dish per se. I am a medical technologist by profession, so I've seen a lot of petri dishes in my career. It doesn't really look, to me, it doesn't really look like a petri dish. It's just, there's like these pigment pearls in there that kind of burst every time you're like pushing your finger in there. It's just a balm-like consistency. You could use that as a lip gloss if you wanted to from this palette. You could put this on your eyes, on your cheeks if you like, under your eyebrows. It doesn't really bother me is what I'm saying. I don't really care for it as much to use, but it's nice to have, I think. I've used the eye gloss from Chanel. Chanel had two shades, I think about 2 years ago, a Lunaire and Solar shade, a silver and a gold. I bought them. I paid, I think, 40 bucks each for each of those shadows. Never actually ended up using it. So I understand the frustration, but if if that one eyeshadow bothers you so much, don't buy the palette. Simple. I don't really care for it, but the rest of the shadows are amazing. Her mattes are of really good quality when it comes to the bigger palettes. I fell in love with this palette when she came out with this. I use the mattes the most, and I do like these marble shimmer shades a lot. She doesn't do these anymore, but she's changed them to kind of like these, which she has in the Naughty Nudes palette. It's also marble, but it looks very different. However, I do enjoy these shimmery marbles and the New Nudes. This is one of my favorite palettes from Huda Beauty because of the color selection. The only thing it lacks is a blue in there for me. Otherwise, I love it. I love the minty shades here. I have used it with the mint liquid melted eyeshadows she has, and it works really well. What can I say? I love pinks and browns, and there's a cool tone vibe going on here, and it's really nice. Anyway, until next time, this is Amira signing off. Bye now.